guys, welcome back to Atlanta Scientific channel. Today we're gonna learn about a new tool to help you unlock the full potential of scientific papers. If you found yourself struggling with reading scientific papers or understanding some complex terms in the paper, I'm telling you, you are not alone. Everyone, including professors and students alike, do have difficulty to get their hands on to get full understanding of some papers. But if I told you that there's a smarter way to read scientific papers. There's a tool that can help you to decode all the complex terms you're struggling with in the paper, and even it's the quickest way to read and understand scientific literature. So I'll be showing you that in this video today in another episode of Smart Literature Finder series. If you are just joining us on this channel, you're welcome. And over the past 2 weeks, we started the Smart Literature Finder series, and I've been able to show you guys how to make your literature search process a breeze and make it more exciting using insightful and illicit. So if you're just joining us, check these two videos, how to make your literature search process 10 times faster and insightful way to accelerate your literature search. Check the description below to see the link and you can get started. So these are smarter way to get your hands on to save your time and also make your workflow more faster. All right. So today I'll be introducing you to another game changer tool, another one of my favorite tools, and even it's my one of my favorite tools. I so much love it, and it is known as SciSpace. SciSpace is formerly called or is formerly known as Typeset, but now it has been renamed to SciSpace. So what is SciSpace all about? Everyone encounters this a challenge when you can get your hands on some papers and trying to understand what this paper discusses. It's really tiring and challenging, from complex terms to everything is just so complex, more than your knowledge level. So, but there are there is a tool that can help you to decode all these paper, that can help you to compare to understand this paper in a natural language, in a very simple terms, instead of getting switching from reading papers and using dictionary here and there, or making use of Google to search from some complex terms. All this can be tiring. But what if you have just a space where you read the papers and also you also uh, understand it as well? You also make use of it. You also make use of this space to understand some complex terms in this paper. So at a time, you don't need to switch from one tab to the other, or you start making use of your smartphone to check dictionary for some complex terms. All these are not exciting way to get your to get to read scientific papers. So today we're gonna learn about how to make use of SciSpace to faster the reading and understanding of scientific literature. One of the best thing about SciSpace is that it's not just only a tool, is a SciSpace is an AI tool that's is not only meant for reading, it also has some exciting functionalities similar to insightful and illicit. You can make use of it to search for papers, full article papers, instead of making use of Google Scholars, where you end up in a paper that that requires you to pay. So all these are not smart ways. So you can make use of SciSpace to also search for papers, and it also gives you the opportunity to link your citation library. That is, maybe you are making use of Zotero or Mendeley or EndNote. You can link it together so everything you are doing can also reflect in your library. But today we're gonna see how we can make use of SciSpace to read and understand papers and also decode complex mathematical function and equation and formulas. So you might also get your hands on some papers and just unfortunately just start seeing mathematical formulas, and you're not a person of mathematics or statistics. It's just really frustrating, but you have a tool that can that can simplify what each mathematics what this formula is all about. Another interesting thing about SciSpace is that it can also help you to understand figures. You know, where you see some very complex figures or complex chart. So on that, just get your, you just go here and there trying to understand it, but no, all the effort is not leading to something. So but for with SciSpace, you can just tell SciSpace, okay, explain this figure to me, or and it's just pretty straightforward and really exciting. discuss it with you today on how to make use of SciSpace. So to get started with SciSpace, go to your Google Chrome or any other browser and type in typeset.io. Typeset.io. So this is the former name for SciSpace is Typeset. So, but it's it has been announced that the domain name that is that typeset.io will later be changed to SciSpace. So maybe later in the year when you want to use this tool and you type in typeset.io, you may be directed to the original to the new domain. But for now, SciSpace work on typeset.io. Then you push your enter. All right. So this is our space. This is types SciSpace. You could see from the opening note, from the welcoming note, your AI co-pilot to decode any research paper. The quickest way to read and understand scientific literature. I'm telling you, this is the most quickest way I've ever found in recently about how to read papers. It's really exciting. So there are ways you can get started with SciSpace as expected. You need to register or you log in with your Google account. So I've already done that, so that's why it's not requesting me to do that. So at your own end, it will be required that you just create an account, just very common way of creating accounts everywhere. So how do you get started with SciSpace? There are various ways you can get started. So since we are making use of SciSpace to reading papers, we want to make use of it to understand some while we are reading our paper, when we come across some complex terms, or the paper in general is not even you do not comprehend it. You can SciSpace can make it easy for you. So how do you do that? If the first way is that if you since you have a paper at hand that you want to read, so you can just search in for the topic, for the title of the paper, then you click on it and you start the process. Another way is you upload a PDF. So if you have a PDF file on your system, maybe you on your computer, you already downloaded the paper. While you are reading it, you see that this paper is not, you are not enjoying it, so you can just switch to SciSpace and continue the reading. So I'll be making use of this option. So let me just make use of the first option, anyone you like. Maybe you can just search for the title. Like me, I type malaria now. So these are titles. So you can see all results for malaria. If you know the title of the paper in full, just copy and paste the title, then you start your journey. Another option is to upload a PDF. So if you've already downloaded the PDF file of the paper, so you can just um upload it. So another thing is about creating of library. So this is the library I've already created on. I've already connected my Zotero and SciSpace with it. So it's pretty easier to do that. So once you register your account, you come down to this my library and you're able to connect it. So I don't know if it works with other citation tool like Mendeley or EndNote. So this is one of the reasons why you should switch to Zotero. Zotero works across it syncs across almost all these new AI tools, which make it more interesting to use. But okay, so I could just click on upload PDF, then you upload your PDF easily. So you click on browse, or you search for the PDF file, you search for the title of the PDF. So it's pretty easy. So let me just go to download. So let me upload this PDF. All right. Upload one file. You click on upload one file. So your paper is uploaded. So you just, after you uploaded the paper, you click on it. Then SciSpace is going to open it. Then the journey begins. The exciting journeys of making use of SciSpace to read and decode scientific papers begins. So on this, we have two columns or two windows. One is where you have your papers displayed, and the other is the copilot. The copilot is the AI tool that you use to read papers. So that's the copilot. So how do you make use of the copilot? Is that the SciSpace already told you that if you highlight PDF to get explanation. So let's assume that you're reading a part of the paper and you don't understand what it actually means. or you come across this title antimicrobial therapies, you don't know what it means. What you do, instead of typing antimicrobial therapies into Google or making use of dictionary, so you are switching between one windows and the other, and this can also affect your concentration. So maybe doing that, you see something that's grab your attention, you forget about the paper. So that's really that can be that is very common to everyone. So rather you make use of a side space, you make use of a space that you can use to read papers and also get explanation on some difficult aspect or part of it. So here I'll just highlight antimicrobial therapies. Just highlight antimicrobial therapies. Okay, no, I've highlighted more than what I needed. So antimicrobial therapy, then you click on explain this test. Then you wait for SciSpace. Very exciting. So you could see this explanation. SciSpace will get we do the work for you instead of yourself. So and it comes about what antimicrobial therapies is all about. So you could see the definition: antimicrobial therapies are treatment that target the infectious agent directly. That's very interesting. Maybe if you have any other question about antimicrobial therapies, you can just write more. You could see here, write your question. You could ask, tell me more. You can write, tell me more about. So you can write a question in very simple language, natural language. Tell me more about antimicrobial therapies. So it is pretty easier. So search for your question. Tell me more about antimicrobial. You want to know this? Just a you could see this, it gives you, so you can ask many questions as you like. You can ask for a definition of uh a whole sentence or paragraph. So let's check another thing. This is another interesting way. See this figure. Let's assume that you're trying to understand these figures, but it's not, you didn't understand. So how you can do that? You can also you can tell SciSpace to break down the explanation of this figure. There are some very complex figures you come across in some papers, and it can be really frustrating how trying to understand it. What you're going to do is just to highlight the figure. Oh, okay, this figure uh is not highlighting. So there are some figures that allows you to highlight them. So in this case, you cannot able to highlight this figure. So let's continue. Some papers, when in some papers you can able to highlight a figures. So but this image is not allowing us. So you can make use of size space to understand just a whole paragraph or sentence, and it's going to break it down to you in simple natural language. So just highlight and you click explain this text. Go and see the interesting thing up. So these tools are just so you just embrace, and it gives you the opportunity. It helps you to save time, and so just see how it's cover it breaks each of this part of this sentence or this paragraph, and it explains it to you. It starts with inflammation. What is inflammation? So here now inflammation is not defined, but if you don't know what inflammation is all about, SciSpace has already done that for you. So you can also ask question from SciSpace. You can ask question just like elicit, all right, or is it elicit or insightful? So you can just ask question from the paper. Okay, what is you can ask summary of the paper. So what is summary of this paper? And it's going to bring to you summary of all these paper. Maybe you don't have the time to read through all these paper. It's pretty easy. This paper discusses the potential of HDT as a novel approach to treating malaria. So it's you could see while trying to figure out all this, you can just write the summary, just first get first hand knowledge about the summary of the paper. You can ask further question. You can ask more question about this paper. You can also ask what is the limitation, or what are the limitation discussed, identified by the paper. So you can ask more question as you like, the limitations identified by the paper. So here it is. These are the limitations identified by the paper. So you could see that SciSpace is pretty cool and straightforward to use. Ask any question you like, highlight areas you want SciSpace to give you explanation about, and just very straightforward and cool to use. So I hope you should start um you start using SciSpace and include it in your workflow. It helps to save time and helps you to work more better. So the next thing I'll be showing you guys now is how to make use of SciSpace to explain math and tables, mathematical equation and formulas. So for the case of this tutorial, I've downloaded a paper that contains mathematical formulas. So I'll just show you how you can do that, and that's all for this video. So I'll go back to my library. So the same process we followed: upload PDFs, click on browse, then this math. So I've downloaded this paper, I name it math. So I will open it. So just to show you how SciSpace is very exciting to use. Mathematical formulas that are very complex, whether you have mathematical background even if you're a student of mathematics, there are still some formulas that you can come across that can be very complex. SciSpace is your companion to do that. So let me open the math paper. And here it is. You could see the title of the paper itself is intimidating. So let me locate one of the formulas or equation in the paper. So this is the equation. I will show you how you can make use of SciSpace to explain this equation. See all these equations, all the symbols, beta and all those. So who understand that? I didn't understand. I didn't know if you understand. So how you can do that is you first click on explain math and table. So it's going to show you a plus button. You are going to make use of this plus button to crop out or to select the areas where the formula is located in your paper. So for this, I will just crop out this paper, this equation. Then after you're able to cover the area, just leave your mouse and let SciSpace do the work for you. You can see SciSpace is already loading to explain the formula to us. So let's see what it will return. It's still loading. The equation is quite very long, or the formula rather, is the equation. The equation is even intimidating. Oh my God. So this is pretty cool. See what SciSpace come about. This is the explanation of the formula, and by this you could able to understand what this intimidating formula is all about. Equation rather, I'm missing it together. So the highlighted is a mathematical equation that is used to calculate the branching ratio of two body. You could see this is pretty cool. You can make use of SciSpace to explain tables as well as equation and some figures. If you have images that can be highlighted, SciSpace can also be used for that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel and like this video. Share this video with your colleagues and peers. Let me know in the comment section if you've learned new things and if you have any difficulties going through any of our videos, either these or the past ones. Also, do well to check the description link for the past two videos on Smart Literature Finder since we are just joining us on this series. Till next week, I'll be bringing you another episode on the Smart Literature Finder series to make you work smarter and achieve more inside and outside of academia.